Hello, everybody. It's Keepster speaking. Uh, Welcome to this Q&A segment that I asked you guys to send me your questions, and it'll be from various social media outlets. Starting with this. Big or Jaffnator asks, what got you into YouTube? Well, what originally got me into YouTube was I actually went into this third-party anime website that at the time had YouTube players, and I was recommended to go to this site from a cousin of mine. Because at the time, there was no way to really watch anime. They mentioned this site offhand. I checked it out, got really hooked into One Piece at the time they were showing this. Then the rest was history. I discovered YouTube, like around 2006 is when I made an account, and then it's like I had my very first successful video by the title being Can You basically can Light Yagami kill all these characters with a Death Note and Mugen. And that was my first true taste of success on the platform, to the point where at the time I was offered partnership, but I basically turned it down because I was a 15-year-old, had no concept of making money online. My friend Nozo asked, since we already know that you like Persona, Yu-Gi-Oh, and Code Geass, which other character had you choose to follow with your avatar? I think she means what other character that was inspired by my avatar. Well, if you see my video on like the origins of that, I kind of got into the inspiration of my avatar, but really there's a lot of characters that really inspired me as a creative, really, just the way I conduct myself, roleplay wise or whatever. But we're talking about like other characters. I guess Phoenix Wright comes to mind in terms of like sense of justice. It's another series that I don't often talk about. I do like. Yu Yu Hakusho is another series that's a shonen that I really got into. Dragon Ball is another series that I really like. In terms of like specific characters, it would be that inspire me, I suppose, like Jade and Yuki. I know that's going to the Yu-Gi-Oh question, but that's another character that inspires me. Probably we go to Tales Up series, like Aizen is another character that I like, and probably if I have to name drop one more character, that I could think of, probably Hei from Darker Than Black. So Darker Than Black is probably another series that I like as well. So hopefully that answers that question. Mikleo or Meebo asked, what do I think of Etna bullying him? I mean, what else is to think? You two seems to go at it every time, and it's like, I can't go a day without the two of you having a banter, which is honestly very fun to see, and very much like the Tales of Hysteria game and anime. It's like, I can't imagine a world without one with you or the other. And stop harassing my sis, bro. Like, you're gonna get Oni-chan angry. That's all I'm gonna say. My dear sister Edna, or my darling sweet Timoto. From me, that's my spiritual emoto, if you will. Ask, can I have $1 million? What, in gold, or what currency are we talking about here? And also, what do I look like? Asian Mr. Beast? My girlfriend has asked, female Joker in other words, what is my top favorite video games? Top 5, eh? That's a little bit hard to think about, but off the top of my head right this instant, Persona 5 Royal, Fire Emblem Three Houses, Tales of Berseria, Super Smash Bros. Ultimate, and got my fourth one. Not Street Fighter. I'm gonna go for maybe J-Star Victory Versus. I'll say that as number 4. Number 5. Just because that's been something I like recurring to, apart from like Yu-Gi-Oh! Animal Crossing New Horizons. Just also to make you happy as well. By content free time, a YouTuber that also called the public domain, also a YouTuber that I recently just made friends with, mutuals with, co-follow his content. But anyway, he asked, what are my top 5 anime? I'm gonna assume favorites here, so off the top of my head, Code Geass, Lelouch the Rebellion, Steins Gate, Fate Zero, Garden of the Sinister Card of Kyokai, and I'm gonna say for number 5, since this chance to change quite a bit, The Rising of the Shiro Hero. My friend Benjamin asked, between cream carbonara or traditional carbonara, which one would I prefer? I'm not sure if I had carbonara in a while, but if I remember correctly, last time I had Italian food, I think I liked the cream carbonara the best. Last question by my dear friend Kaiser Fugiru, and he asks, anyways, the question I was willing to ask is, what do you expect for the future for Persona? It's really hard to say, but it looks like that there's a lot that's happening with this franchise. We're getting a gacha game in the form of Persona 5 DX, and then Reload's coming out. I'm truly hoping that the speculation that Midori says is true, like with the party game that's coming out. Like, it's not 100% really confirmed if that's true or not, but we'll see. I hope that Atlas kind of size down in terms of their projects, because it seems like they're taking quite a lot of this year alone, a bit of last year. I personally think they really need to slow down on the spin-off department of P5, and at this point, their next venture with the Persona franchise should be less ambitious. But knowing Atlas, they're not gonna just not make it ambitious enough, so who knows? That's my opinion. That's what I expect. I expect probably like less ambitious projects, more of the low effort meaning like maybe that party game, if it's true, or a fighting game would be nice, but we'll see. As far as Persona 6 is concerned, I realistically do not see that happening for at least another few years. And at being generous, maybe a couple of years if we're lucky. So yeah, that should answer that. Okay, I kind of jumped the gun. I'm just kidding. This is for sure the last question. So, Dwayne A. Share 67. Sorry if your username's a little bit hard to pronounce. Then again, you have however pronouncing my username. But anyway, he asks, "Hi, what villains do I think had a good point?" And he asserted that he thinks that Light was in the right, and he agrees. His way of looking at rules and not completely right. I don't think all the villains need to do it. Oh yeah, well, that's really hard to say. I'd say the villain that comes to mind about that would be probably Thanos from the Avengers and Marvel Comics, because it's kind of true. Some people don't really deserve to be around. There are a lot of like evil people in the world. I would say to some extent, even though he's not really a villain, more of an antagonist, Dr. Mariki, even though his way of like rewriting reality was very warped in Persona 5 Royal, he had good intentions behind them. But his way of doing that was obviously flawed, hence why the fan feeds need to stop him. That's all I got for that. Thank you for all the questions, and till the next one, Gapester out on Dirty Demons.